Let's eat!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Moose Lodge this evening. We're super excited and pumped to get this episode going. I'm here with Roger Bennett. He is back, everybody.
Yeah, back with an attitude. Nah, just kidding. I don't have an attitude.
That's
excited about the game, though.
Very excited, and that's how you got to be. You have to be here with an attitude, Roger.
Well,
that's
do
your job.
kind of. You know, I've always heard attitudes, everything, pick a good one, right?
Exactly.
So,
yes. But yeah, we got a classic tonight, as you would call it, between Greenbrier West and James Monroe next week. Tomorrow, I can't believe we're already here in another week. I believe this is week 6 of the season. So, yeah, it's going to be
almost a backyard brawl.
It basically is.
You know, Greenbrier East is the closest school, but the bordering county, Monroe County, you know, their flagship school, which James Monroe Mavericks, very well coached team fundamentally. So Cavaliers are going to have to play their A game to come out with a W, but we're playing in Charmco. That's the plus.
Yes. If you can get Charmco riled up, especially like it was a couple years ago, that's what's going to flip the field. That's what's going to make big momentum things happen, because if Greenbrier West is able to get the fans on their feet and everybody is able to go nuts, that's what's really going to matter in this game.
Right. So who do you think on the Cavaliers team, who do you think is going to step up and be the star, the leader, the momentum driver for the Cavaliers?
If you're going to have one, it's going to be Cameron Parker. We're going to bring him on here in just a few minutes, but here's why I say that. Against Pocahontas County earlier this year, there was 4 passes where it was just out of the hands reach of Cameron. If you can flip those 4 plays around and even get half of them to go your way,
right,
you change a whole ball game.
Absolutely.
Because those are 2 touchdowns right there.
Right.
You go from scoring 16 points to scoring 32 points. If you get those 2-point conversions, that's huge.
Yeah,
a total momentum flipper. So that's my answer right there, Cameron Parker, and then obviously Colton Dunbar being able to hit him, and then we'll see how the defensive line's going. Great news though for the Cavaliers before we get into anything in depth. Camden Sams is back this week from his collarbone being broke, so that's a huge positive for them.
Impact player.
Yes.
Impact player.
To say the least. Yes.
So what do you think Cavaliers are going to have to do in all 4 quarters of this game to come away from Charmco with a W?
I think they're going to have to force James Monroe to pass the ball as much as possible. They've already got a pretty nasty running attack, but if they are able to stop the running attack and force them to throw to guys like Caden Hines, I think that's going to be their best chance. Now, they do have a size advantage on us. Hines, the man that I mentioned earlier, he's 6'5", so he's about as tall as Dunbar is. But that would be a great matchup that I would like to see, even though Dunbar primarily plays safety instead of corner. I would love to see the Cavaliers be able to force James Monroe to be a one-dimensional team, and then you hope they make mistakes from there.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
First of all, they're going to have some of this unbelievable sweet tea from the Moose Lodge.
Yes,
Thanks
absolutely.
to the Raynell Moose Lodge, this stuff is delicious,
to say the least.
Also, get your blood pumping. So,
yes.
I think my opinion on this week's game is obviously we got to clean up the mistakes.
Absolutely.
We've got to play a clean football game. 2, we've got to control time of possession.
Absolutely.
So, if we win the time of possession battle, play our game, and maybe force a turnover from James Monroe, I think we've got a real good chance of winning against a solid, fundamentally sound football team.
And that's one thing about James Monroe, and you mentioned this already once during our broadcast, but they are very, very, very well coached.
They are.
Very well coached, and they've been like that ever since I was in high school. And that is one thing that makes them so deadly. They can change around their scheme, and they can do different things on their offense and their defense to fit whatever scheme that they're playing. For example, Greenbrier West, primarily a run team. So what is James Monroe going to do? They're going to do their best to make Greenbrier West pass the ball, and I expect us to see more of that. That's exactly why I said if Cameron Parker and if Colton Dunbar can get on the same page, that's what's going to change this game tomorrow.
Absolutely. And like I said, kudos to the James Monroe coaches.
Absolutely.
Because as long as I can remember, James Monroe was more fundamentally sound than either of the Greenbrier County teams. Greenbrier East has had a pretty good team in the past.
Yes.
And James Monroe just plays fundamental football and beats them. And I'm sure they've done the same to the Cavaliers. So if James Monroe plays their game and they're sharp and their yards after contact is not astronomical,
Yes.
because they're very well at stopping you where you are.
Absolutely.
Textbook tackles type stuff. James Monroe has a chance. However, I think the Cavaliers coming into this game with the right attitude, that killer mentality, clean up the football game. I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah. And speaking of, we're going to talk about great game, but we're going to get the cons out of the way first because we like to be positive on the show. So
Right.
we're going to get these cons out of the way to start out with. First of all, Colton Carruthers, unfortunately, as we mentioned, out for the season. He won't be there this game. Parker Vance also out as well with his broken foot. So we have 2 players out, I believe. It is just 2 this week. If I'm not mistaken, I will double check with the coaches about that later. But as of right now, we have 2 players out, and then obviously the positive news, having Camden Sams back for the first time this season for something other than kicking.
And
So,
we also
yes.
have Joe Sharp back.
Yes, we do.
Joe Sharp is off the injured list, so we're happy about that. He's top dog cameraman. Does a great job giving you guys the view that you want to see. Sometimes he zooms in a little too close and you see stuff you don't want to see, like nose hairs. But, hey, Joe knows what he's doing, right?
Exactly. And that's one thing, too. That's one thing that's huge to mention is that you don't notice cameramen how valuable they are until you don't have them anymore. And then when you don't have them, you're like, this guy's terrible.
That's right.
So you don't notice it.
Yeah, so Joe does a good job, and, Joe knows. Like, the old Bo knows.
Joe knows.
Joe knows. Right?
Exactly.
So glad to have him back. So I'm excited about the game. I think it's going to be a great home game. Hasn't been too many this year, has there?
No,
So-
there hasn't. We've only had 2. I think it's 2 one home game
One
this
home
year.
game.
That's right, against Pocahontas County.
Yep.
But we got a full slate, full month of home games to finish out the season. But before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsors really, really fast. First of all, Reno Medical Center, excellent healthcare right at home. Park Center Sporting Goods, Steve's Towing. I won't charge an arm and a leg. All I want is a tow. RT Rogers Oil Company, Tattered and Worn Antique Mall, located in Lewisburg. Burke and Herbert Bank, Rupert, both locations in Rupert and Raynell, and then also Stevens Automotive, located in Lewisburg. So those are your sponsors. We couldn't do it without you guys.
Yeah, we definitely tip our hat to our sponsors, guys.
Absolutely.
We appreciate everything you do. These guys appreciate it at the Cavaliers. I can't say enough about our sponsors. They're just they're unbelievable. And if you can do any kind of business in your town, your community, and you have an opportunity to patronize these businesses, the guys do it. They give and give and give to youth sports, to the Greenbrier Valley Channel. We're allowed to make this happen for the people that can't get out because of our sponsors, and we thank you so much.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into our next segment, if you want to call that. I'm going to bring over a couple of the Cavaliers, and, we're going to do some player interviews. So
Here
let's
we
do this
go.
thing.
Let's see who he's picking today. He's rolling the dice. He's looking around, dipping and dapping. Don't know what's happening. And here he comes. And in the middle.
We got with us
Welcome.
Mr. Emery Sanford. Last week was a little bit different because we had Miss Holiday and Miss Glover over here with us, which was a little cool addition to the podcast yesterday, if you want to call it that. But this week, a little bit more focused on the player interviews, so super excited to get into it. Emery, what are your thoughts about this week? What's the preparation been like in the locker room? And what are you guys doing to bounce back from last week?
Really great week of practice. I'd say probably our best one all year, in my opinion. We had a couple rough spots, but nobody was mad or anything. Everybody was hyping each other up. We've been hyped to play this game. Just ready for tomorrow. I mean, we switched to a little bit on offense, moved some stuff around after last week, but I mean, we're looking good. I say definitely our best practice all year. We looked amazing.
That's awesome.
Well, they say good practice, good game, right?
Yeah, that's what we're
That's
hoping
why I've
for.
always preached to my guys when I was coaching. You're going to play how you practice. If you had a great week of practice, I'm hoping you're going to have a great game, and it should show on the game field.
Sir.
So what do you think about James Monroe coming into this? Are you guys, how much, without telling any secrets, did you change the offense up?
I would say, and I really want to, but Coach Osborne will chew me a new one, so I think I skip, pass.
Okay.
Yeah, pass on that
We're
one.
going to pass on that one. We don't want to give up any secrets to the Mavericks. 'Cause
Exactly.
We're going Maverick hunting, right?
Yeah, no, we definitely don't want to do that. One big thing, though, I wanted to ask you about. You're one of the leaders on this defense, one of the leading tacklers on the team. And obviously statistics are one thing, but performance is another. You've been showing that you're a good tackler, and that's why I wanted to bring you over here. What is one thing that you are doing every single week in preparation to get yourself not only physically but mentally prepared for the games? Because you have to be mentally ready whenever you've got a 220-pound back coming up the middle or running something on the edge to wrap him up at the legs and make the tackle.
I mean, it's all about form, really. But you know, I've been playing this game since I was little, so that just comes naturally now.
You're a senior too, which helps a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, weight room helps a lot too. Being able to lift a lot of weight and being conditioned, playing both sides of the ball, you have to condition. And you know, I tell these younger kids, the freshmen, you know, go stay after practice and run a little bit. Even if you run at home, even after I get home, I run a mile every day. It doesn't matter if I have practice, I have work. You have to stay conditioned. You have to. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You can't play 1, 2, or 3 quarters. You got to be able to play all 4 quarters of the game and be strong, because a lot of teams will really come after you in the fourth quarter. And if you've used up all your fuel in your tank, it's a rough fourth quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And one thing too, you were talking about running miles. I don't care what people say. If they say, "Oh my goodness, running a mile, you could do that in 6 to 8 minutes."
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you run 1 mile a day, that's a lot more than just 1 mile.
Yeah,
a lot more.
Plus, after conditioning, after practice, like you've already ran a lot.
yeah.
You know, during the summer, obviously, I run more than just 1 mile. But after practice, we've already conditioned a lot. 1 mile. I mean, I'm not saying 1 mile is enough. You can run more than just 1 mile. But that's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit on the chubbier side, so.
No, still. Well, I mean, it makes a big difference to be elusive and all that good stuff. On to the next thing. So a lot of the team we've been trying to find that missing piece, if you want to call it, since Ben's been missing, since Ben went out with that injury. So what is one thing that you guys are doing to try to, I don't want to say replace him, but replace him? I mean, that's essentially what you guys are trying to do, especially
Fill
with him
the
being
void,
healthy.
basically.
Yes,
I mean,
filling in that huge void, absolutely.
You can never replace somebody like Ben Butler on the field. You can't.
He's so elusive.
Spectacular athlete. I love the guy. But, I mean, Colton, he's a senior. He runs hard. I mean, we've played some really good teams. And
Very good.
Really, really good teams. And I'm not going to blame anything on our line or on Colton. I'm not blaming it on anybody. But we moved pieces around on the offensive line, you know, and I think we're going to be perfectly fine. And Colton runs the ball hard. He really does. He's a great runner. And, I mean, Colton is – I feel like Colton's filling that gap plenty enough. Like I said, you can never replace Ben Butler. Insane athlete. He's really good. But Colton, he's a senior. He stepped up. Like, he was already going to take snaps at running back. He already had while Ben was in there. And he's really good. Like, Colton is really good. The way he hits, anytime I hit him, stalemate every single time. And sometimes he wins that. Like, Colton's a really hard hitter.
Yeah. Speaking of Colton at running back, it would almost be cool. I just thought about this off the top of my head. Wouldn't it be cool? I mean, obviously, do not say anything if you guys have been going over this in practice, but a Scott McClung at quarterback again, and then Dunbar at quarterback or Dunbar running back. That'd be pretty cool to see a little bit of a resurgence there. Never know.
I mean, I think Dunbar's a really good quarterback. I think Dunbar's our best option for quarterback. I mean, and Dunbar, he'd be a really tall running back.
Yes.
I think if you look over the history of Greenbrier West, they're all smaller, all more stout running backs. I think Dunbar's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he wouldn't be a good running back. Anywhere he is on the field, he's going to be good.
Absolutely.
It's Colton Dunbar.
Well, I definitely want to say nobody likes losing a game.
No.
But I want to definitely say this to you, and you can spread this through your team. if you win every game and you don't play quality teams, you're not going to get any better. The only way you get better is to play better people than you, right?
Yeah, and I think playing those good teams, Roan, Fort Fry, I think we've gotten better mentally and physically. I mean, we went out there against Fort Fry, and they were a physical football team. I mean, those are some of the hardest hits I've ever taken.
Oh, yes.
Like, I mean, that's just it. And I got better. I know that I got better, being able to take a hit better, knowing, like, hey, that's a good quality football team. Like, that's how a good football team hits.
Yes.
And then I feel like we got better with that. Even we may have lost, but
you
we
leave the
definitely
field
got
with
better.
respect for the other team, but gratitude for what they taught you, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do, especially when you play a quality football team like Fort Fry, Roan County. I love the way Roan County does the double wing. A lot of misdirection, and they've perfected that.
Yeah.
So you're looking one way and the ball's going the other, and that's what it takes to win ball games,
Big
especially at this level. And without giving away any of your guys' game scheme, have the coaches implemented any more misdirection plays?
I'm going to say skip.
Skip.
I
like that.
I like this guy.
That's our new thing.
Future FBI agent right here.
Yes.
He's not going to give up any.
If there's
I
any
would
FBI.
love to go over it, I swear, but Coach Oak wrote me a new one. I'd be running that hill for the rest of the next.
You know what?
The rest of the 4 weeks.
do
Well,
it.
you're all about conditioning, so
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, that's funny. Well, Emery, you know what, man? We appreciate your time, brother. But, yeah, I was going to say, I'm glad you're not giving up any of the secrets. So, yeah. Guys, that was Emery
we
Sanford of the
appreciate
Cavaliers.
it. Emery, go Cavaliers, baby. We'll be there. So Matthew goes and finds another victim. Here he comes. His shirt says Cody James, but I don't think that's his name.
It's close enough to it.
Yes, sir.
Cody, Cameron, they basically rhyme. No. Alrighty. So, guys, I'm with another senior of the Cavaliers, Cameron Parker. Cameron, you excited for tomorrow?
I am. This is a big game for us. I think we could win it too.
I think it's a must win, especially if you're looking at getting into the playoffs. You got to take care of Montcalm. You got to take care of Gilmer County as well at the end of your schedule. But if you can pull off that upset against James Monroe, or who's the third team on our schedule that we play?
I think Trail.
Trail, yes, that's who it was. James Monroe or Trail. If you could pull off an upset between either one of those teams, as great of a schedule as we played, I think we got a chance to go to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Have
That'd be
you
huge.
looked at Trail this year?
I've looked at their scores of some games, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Yeah.
Well, numbers. They say numbers don't lie, but sometimes they do. I've seen some really good football games, and the score does not reflect what a great game it was.
Yeah.
So, you don't know if it was a hard-fought battle or if it was easy for them, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're focused on James Monroe this week, right? One week at a time.
Of course, yes, sir.
One quarter at a time, one play at a time, and that's how you win ball games.
So a lot of the game plan that Greenbrier West has been going over this season has primarily been on the run. And obviously, as a Greenbrier West team, running, whether we're doing it with the quarterback or the running back, right now we're trying to find that missing piece.
We are, yes, sir.
To be honest. We're looking for somebody to be able to make something happen in the receiving game. Obviously, Mason leads the team with 3 touchdowns receiving on the season, but we really haven't had anything outside of that. There was 4 plays against that Pocahontas County game where you were this close to having 4 touchdowns, and that's why I wanted you to bring you over here. What is something that you were doing to get – because you're this close, dude. You are this close to being a splash player, first-team All-State player, that close. What are you doing to make it happen? Because you're right there, dude.
Me and Dunbar stayed after practice a while after that week, and we was working on getting our timing down and making sure that he can get the ball to me and just getting our timing down and everything. Yeah.
And that
huge.
starts with the line, right?
Yeah.
The line's got to
Yes.
protect him so he's in his rhythm, he's in his timing, and you're in yours also. And it's all about time. Pass plays are all about time. Well, actually, every play on the offense is timing. Whether
Yes,
you're
it is.
handing the ball off, misdirection, passing the ball, short chip, quick out, whatever, it's about timing. So I'm excited to see if you guys got that timing down tomorrow.
I think we do.
I'm
excited.
yeah, it's going to be an exciting thing to look for as well. And also, James Monroe has traditionally been a ball hawking defense. on the defensive side of the ball. What's something that you've been looking and seeing on game film that they do a little bit differently to give themselves an edge? Because obviously they don't have Eli Allen anymore, who was 6'4", but they got daggone Caden Hines, as you can see right here, 6'5" junior. I mean, they filled size with size. So what is something that you guys are looking at and maybe seeing in film to get yourself an edge?
Well, we've been working on 4 out, 5 out. That's where we put 4 receivers out and then one on the left side. Because when we do that, they typically put two corners out there, defenders. Yep. So we're trying to work against those 2 defenders and work on pass plays for 5 out and just get around them and kind of hit the seam and up the side.
That's huge.
Yes.
Especially work around their linebacking group. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not know how great their linebackers are. They were pretty good whenever we played them a couple years ago, and we beat them before we went to the state championship game. But I don't know if they're quite that good as what they were. But they had a nasty secondary whenever they had Eli Allen, and they had one other guy in there as well. I can't remember what his name was, but still, they are an extremely good secondary. So I don't know. We'll see how it pans out.
I think we can get around it.
Well, and James Monroe is they're solid fundamentally.
Yes,
they're well coached. But so are you guys.
Yes, sir.
You guys are very well coached. You've got coaches that other schools would pay big money to have. And if you guys take advantage of their knowledge and what they're teaching you, it's going to go a long way. Especially when game time comes, right? So you have to absorb that during practice and put it into play during the game. But you guys have a great coaching staff. It's always interesting. I love to see when you have 2 programs with great coaching come together. And then it's more like watching a chess match between the coaches for me. I love watching it because I used to be a coach. I love watching that chess match between the coaches. I think your coaches have an edge, Joe.
Yeah, yes, sir.
I really do.
So
Yeah. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. One big thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how we can implement that pass game, as you were mentioning before, Roger. I'm super pumped to see how it's going to happen because obviously that little bit of connection between you and Dunbar is going to be massive. And I think that's your game script flipper right there. Between that and forcing a turnover here or there against James Monroe, I think we walk out as victors. So
absolutely.
We'll see how it goes.
Like you said, they have to respect your pass play, your passing game, in order for you to have a run game, right? Yes, if they don't respect your passing game, you're not going to have a run game. They just load the box, right? So, 2-dimensional. In this case, could be 3-dimensional because you got a quarterback that's very capable of running. So, if you guys get that passing dimension down, you've got a 3-dimensional team, and it don't matter who you're playing. That's hard to beat, right?
Yes.
So,
absolutely,
that's what we're looking for.
And also, a little bit of a side note, we just got a message in from our producer, Boomer, from James Monroe, is going to be commentating with us tomorrow. So we got a third guy on the crew tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. And the game is also going to be on 106.7 WHFI. So that's exciting.
Oh,
another radio station for the game to be on.
The more coverage, especially when
the
we
better.
Get to say your name, right? Yes, sir. That's what you want to hear. Go back and listen to it, hear your name all over the place. But that's me. Yeah, dog, what's up?
Okay, I'm going to ask you one last thing before I'll let you get off of here and I'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening before you get focused on the game. So, obviously, you're a wrestler as well as a football player. Which one gets you more excited for the season and which one gets you more riled up and why?
What do you mean?
So, which one
between wrestling and football?
Yes, between wrestling and football. Which one preseason makes you like, oh my goodness, I'm so ready to play this. Let's go. I'm hyped up, ready to go.
Well, honestly, it's kind of both of them.
Dude, that's awesome.
I mean, we start playing the music at practice, and that just gets me fired up and ready to play. This week has been a great week of practice, and I think we're ready to go.
That's what Emery was saying earlier. That's what Dunbar was talking about before we got on the podcast. They said it was a little bit rougher today, but it's supposed to be the day before a game. So that's awesome. I'm excited to see how tomorrow goes. And it's James Monroe, baby, so you guys are locked in.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Cameron, I appreciate you, brother, for coming on to the podcast. You got anything else for him, Roger?
I'm good.
Let's do it.
Go Cavaliers, right?
Thank you.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, big dog. Yes, sir, brother. Alrighty, guys, that was Cameron Parker, senior for the Cavaliers. this is a little bit of a thing that nobody knows about, not even Roger, but I was fortunate enough to get to go to school with Cameron. That kid used to be all over the place. He is grown into a man. Like a man, not only in the not only outside school, inside the locker room, everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, he has, oh my gosh. And that's why I like interviewing him and being able to get to talk to him, because of how much he's matured and how many things that he's done to really improve his life. It's great. I love it.
You have to credit a good sports program for that.
Yes, you do.
Because, anybody can play the game of football.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Anybody
can go to school. But when you have great coaching staff and, camaraderie that these guys have, you're not just making football players, you're making young men. And
absolutely.
I think that the Cavalier coaches take that serious and guide these boys and teach life lessons on the field. So
they definitely do. And it's going to be a really good game tomorrow. I think it's going to be a close game. Another thing to prove my point, we played Liberty earlier this year. Lost to them by, I'm trying to think of how much we lost to them off the top of my head. It was one score, I believe. Anyways, James Monroe played them earlier this year as well, and it was 42-21. So a little bit of a precursor.
Yeah,
I think
we lost by 2 scores, if I'm not mistaken.
It was 2 scores? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was 2 scores. So, if that says anything, then it will be a close game. Yes. I think what James Monroe's not factoring in is the tough games that the Cavaliers have had, which makes you tougher and tougher. So when you play another team that's not quite the quality of team that you had been playing,
absolutely,
you're going to excel.
Yes.
So,
well, I'm looking at their schedule that they played earlier. They played Williamstown. That's about it. Yeah. I mean, their other programs are pretty good. Bluefield, Liberty, Narrows, but Williamstown was their main competition that they played earlier this year. Liberty's they're a good program, but the thing about Liberty is they also played them at home. They had them at James Monroe, so that makes it a huge difference.
Yeah.
And we had to go to Liberty, and Liberty was excited to get their first win of the season.
Absolutely,
so that made it a huge difference. That flips it. I say 2 or 3 touchdowns. Just that alone, having home field advantage.
Yeah, it definitely helps. James Monroe, like I said, they're just not. I don't think they're figuring on the tough schedule that the Cavaliers have had, and this Cavalier team is not the same team that played Roane County the first game. The James Monroe team is not the same team that played Williamstown the first game of the season. So, I think the Cavaliers have grown a lot.
They have 100%.
It's they've had some bumps, bruises, or some guys out, but this team rallies around each other when there's a problem. When there's a guy out, this next guy at football, like Coach Goddard said. And, hey, I think they're up for the challenge. It's going to be fun to watch. A great game in Charmco tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Guys, if you can make it to the field, get there. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, it is going to be a good one. And I was looking to see the exact time. I believe kickoff is at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. So
get there early.
Believe it. Is it 7? 7. Thanks,
7.
Coach. 7 o'clock is kickoff tomorrow. So we will be live. We'll start our pregame coverage around 6:30, so about 30 minutes before kickoff. So stay tuned.
Get there early, guys. Get there at 6:30. Get a good seat. Get some hot dogs, some of that good Charmco concession food.
Let's go.
And watch a good Cavalier football game tomorrow night.
We got a month full of home games to close out the season, and we need every single person watching this there tomorrow. So let's do this thing. Let's go Cavaliers, baby.
Go Cavaliers.
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you guys in the next podcast. Matthew Thomas.
Roger Bennett.
On the Greenbrier Valley channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Over and out.